the podcast, episode 63. If you can't tell, I've been busy with a lot of content throughout the week, so we like to do it at least every 2 weeks, but I don't know when the last time we did it. I've been doing content after content, but episode 63, we got a lot to talk about. But my co-host, as always, Felix, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing grand, thank you. After hearing about the releases, let's put a dampener. But today, I actually got some pretty good news about something personally in my life. So things are looking up. Let's just say. But yeah, I'm doing grand. So yeah, I'm also excited to do the podcast and talk about many topics, including the releases, unfortunately. But gotta
Yeah,
talk about it.
I mean, you do have to kind of talk about them just because it's the big thing right now. Well, I mean, there's so many big things. If I'm being honest with you,
Hmm.
there's just so many big things going on right now. Um. So I mean, we'll dive right into it. We'll just talk about the releases so we can. That's the first thing we'll talk about and get them out of the way. Now, unfortunately, just so if it happens, and I hope it doesn't, because WWE has been known to do it back to back days with releases, and this is about the time it kinda started yesterday. So I got Sean's notifications on Twitter. I normally wouldn't, but I got his since he's like the only one that's really reporting who's been released and all that. I guess he's like the only one that that cares to do the news. But so hopefully it don't happen. But I got the notifications on just in case. So
Hopefully, we won't have any live updates on the podcast about who gets released. Hopefully, we don't get any more.
I hope not. I really don't. But to me, don't you think normally they would release more people if if you think about how they done it in the past?
Yes, and that's what scares me. Like you said, they normally like to do releases on back-to-back days. They normally never do releases on just one day. They normally do across 2 days. My gut feeling is telling me there's going to be more today. I hope not, but I feel like there is. But hopefully not. It won't be today because it's Friday. Ah, is that so? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
I guess that's true.
but minus the ones that we will be talking about. Um Employees in general, there was over 100 laid off that wasn't wrestlers, I should say. Over 100.
Mhm.
That's That's insane. I saw one thing where a department that I forget what it was had 21 people. It's down to 3.
Three. Fucking hell.
I,
From 21 to 3. That is mad.
I forget what department that was, but hey, if I'm those 3, I'm like, I'm gonna need a pay raise because
Yeah.
y'all just cut it down to that, and hell, y'all got enough.
Like 18 people from that department just gone like that. Like,
That's
damn.
that's honestly crazy. I wish I remembered what department that was, but yeah, no.
Fair play to those 3 that are remaining. They're going to have to work their ass off. Tired today, I'm doing free agent vids. Already done Ali, so I might Twitter, but make sure you go like.
Oh, on your Twitter, yeah, I'll check it out after this live stream. I will. I do have a busy day. I got this grocery shopping that I do not want to do, but I already told my wife pay utility. Oh God, it sucks being older. It sucks. So if there's any younger, I'm a professional video editor. I might need to hit you up because I need to start editing these videos. Which I have a very good idea of what I'm going to ask for my birthday and Christmas from in-laws and stuff like that, so I can do that. And yeah, I ain't gonna get too much into it, but I'm gonna try to make some stuff look more better. Let's just say that. Um, but okay, so let's talk about the releases real quick. So I got a section. I saw this tweet and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna steal it. Uh, so I screenshotted it. On and off project, we have Dabo Kato. I don't even know who that is. Some of these people I don't know. So I am going to do a huge apology right now if I do not know you, because it is kind of disrespectful. Actually, it is, but I do apologize because I don't watch NXT much and I don't watch Level Up or whatnot.
Davakata, wasn't he also the one who managed or was along with Apollo Crews when he did the whole Nigerian like
Maybe, yeah.
gimmick? I think that was him. Like he was under a different name. Like when he did that, I think Commando Aziz. I think he was called when he was doing that. I think that's the same person. Might be a different person. Might be a different person. I'm just gonna put that out there. Might a disclaimer. Might be a different
Yeah,
person that I'm thinking of,
I'll
but it might be the same person.
be honest. Golly, going to New Japan, him taking down Will Ospreay. Oh, yeah, that would be insane if he did. But
Ali going to New Japan would be so good.
I
Hell yeah.
think he needs to build up to that moment, though. I don't think he need to just jump shot him to that. He needs to be built up a little bit more on the scene.
Oh, definitely.
But um, so we got PC and level up people. Bronson Montana, Kevin Birch, don't know, Daniel McCarthy, and Alexa Gray. Alexa Gray, wasn't she like a call? Most of these are like college, the NIL or whatever they have. College. I think most of those are college athletes. I guess they probably didn't go to the next step. I'm guessing.
Hmm.
Um. So TV enhancement, like on TV and basically getting jobbed out, if I'm being honest, or helping talent get over. So I can't say this first name, but Leon. What? Who was that? Who was that? I think that person was on XT, but I cannot tell. I can't remember. Dana Brooke. I hate to say it, and I don't wish no. But I saw this one coming. I saw this one coming
Yeah.
because
Yeah, this one was sort of inevitable.
yeah, it
Very inevitable.
kind of was. Um, but a lot of people say, "Oh, she's going to kill it." I hope she does. I really hope she does.
Hmm.
And
One thing I'll say about Dana Brooke is, yeah, she like was never like the best in the ring or anything, but you could tell she genuinely wanted to get better in everything she did. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, Dana Brooke was improving, like especially like she was recently in NXT. I'm pretty sure she had like a little run in NXT. She was doing well there, from what I hear. I don't watch NXT, so I can't really speak from me watching it. But from what I hear of people, she was improving a lot in NXT. But something I could always say about Dana Brooke, like for her entire run, was that the drive was there. Sean gave her a path, exactly. But yeah, the drive was there from Dana Brooke to get better and do the best with what she's given. That's something I'll say about Dana Brooke. Wasn't always the greatest, granted, but she did try her best. So I hope wherever she goes next, wherever she goes, whatever she does, I hope it goes well for her. I truly do.
I would love for her and Emma to reunite. I think that duo was good in NXT, man. Would have been good and
Oh yeah, back in the day, yeah.
was used properly, but and
We'll get on to Emma in a bit.
yeah, and the last TV enhancement before we go to unused is Top Dollar. Top Dollar. Most people are doing the video where he's going over the top rope and everything, and I don't mean to laugh, but every time you see this and him not even getting close, you can't help but laugh. You can't help
It's
but
a very funny clip. It's a very funny clip. You can't help but laugh at it.
you
It's so funny.
you cannot help but laugh at that. And okay, let's see what he's saying. Me, Mandy, and Danny. Yeah. They are. Um, yeah, you can't help but laugh. And I said this on the stream yesterday while it was happening. I'm not really too fond with Top Dollar with his stuff in the ring. But you cannot deny how much he was trying to get in better shape and was still trying to do that. He dropped, I don't know how much, 40, 50 pounds, something like that, I
Something
believe.
like that.
And I mean, dude, I hope he continues it if he wants to keep on going down this path. I mean, I hope he continues losing weight and just getting in better shape and staying there. But the question I got from this is I really thought and as bad as it sounds, and I'm not wishing it, when I saw Top Dollar, I'm like, the rest of Hit Row is probably gone. But they're not.
Yeah.
But they're not
Yeah,
officially.
surprisingly. Surprisingly, yeah. Yes, it was crazy, man. I saw multiple articles saying rumors about Albert Fire and Isla Dawn, Apollo Crews and Shotzi Blackheart, Joy Gargano and Candice, and even heard about Matt Riddle. I doubt any of those will get released. Well, maybe a couple of them, but not the main ones. Like Johnny, I wouldn't see getting released. Neither with Candice. Shotzi, no. She's doing something with Bailey at the moment, so I don't see her getting released. Matt Riddle, no. Um, what else did you say? Let me see this.
Apollo,
Uh,
maybe a
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I could see it. Unfortunately, with those two, I could see it, but I hopefully won't because I'm a big fan of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Me personally, I'm a big fan of both of them from since their days in NXT UK when Alba Fire was Kaylee Ray. So yeah, I'm a big fan of those two. So I hope nothing happens to those two. But yeah,
um but yeah, I'm really surprised the rest of Hit Row isn't, but I mean, it could happen. It could happen. Um but that just leaves me if it's just Top Dollar, what the hell are they going how are they going to use BFAB and Ashante Dia Thomas? Or I don't know if I said that right, but Asante, how he actually to me seems like he's got something that could be a singles run. I
yeah.
If they let him work on it, not like a quick process, like oh yeah, he's got
Oh
it,
no, no.
but like over time, I think he would have something there if he tried to do a singles run. But yeah, that is the TV enhancement, and the unused is the biggest amount of them. AJ got to find himself on the Indies. Yeah. If anyone want that's Top Dollar's real name, AJ Francis. But yeah, AJ, he just got to do the same thing. He got rehired, so I see releases becoming more regular under. Maybe, maybe,
Mm,
maybe yes, but I
potentially.
to more of the people they're not using. You're not going to see a lot of big names, and as bad as it sounds, especially Dolph and Shelton, even though those are really big names and
They were
everything,
not used.
they were not used. So I think it's going to be people that are not used. So
The only
It,
one that was used. I mean, I don't even know if it was released or if he asked to be, released. But Mustafa Ali, he was the only one that was used really. Like he had a pretty like good program in NXT. Then all of a sudden he's gone. It's just like he was going for the North American Championship, and now
uh,
all of a sudden he's gone. Just like,
I think
huh?
from what I'm seeing, it was mutual on both ends.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But yeah, we'll get on to Ali in a bit.
Yeah, we will go to Ollie in a bit for sure. So the unused, we got Aaliyah. I talked about Aaliyah yesterday. Uh, her in ring work did never improve to me, and
Mm.
it's not like she wasn't trying. It's just, and I don't want her to lose her job, but I'm not surprised with this one.
No, I'm not surprised either. I mean, I hope she, does well in whatever she does next, wherever she goes. But yeah, when I saw that she was released, I hardly sat there and just went, I'm shocked. What the hell? No, I was more just like, I saw that coming. Aaliyah's doing horse barrel racing in Florida. So.
I, I don't know. So,
Somewhere.
I, maybe I don't know. I don't know if you're making that up or if it's a real thing. It could be a real thing. I don't know. I haven't looked up the thing. But yeah, I'm not shocked with this one. Shanky, they never did anything with him. I forgot he was even on the roster, and that's bad to say.
Mm.
That that's how bad. Like I, they used them for what? The the show, the spectacular show, and what? That was it.
Yeah, something like that. They never really used him much.
Um, I'm going to the ones that weren't really shown. Oh, Quincy Elliott, NXT. I don't know nothing about it, but yeah.
He did dancing gimmick. That's all I remember. Yeah, pretty much. Shanky was another no way Jose. As soon as I saw that
Uh,
dance, it was like, oh no, yeah,
More over than him. Don't even. I look. I know. Not a lot of people like No Way Jose with their stuff, but he at least he could be in the ring and look better.
yeah. And he was over too, like quite over in a way, Jose, especially in NXT. Like when he was in NXT, and I remember he had a little bit of a feud with Austin Aries back in the day. Yeah, he was quite over.
Yeah. So let's go to the ones that are at least more known. So the Max and Mel models are released. I mean, I know we're Mace and Mosway, and if you seen Mosway's video, he took it like a champ. He already knew what was happening, anyways,
Mm.
and everything. And I'm not going to say Mace say is going to be, but Mosway, I could see him having a great indie run.
I could, yeah, genuinely, because
But
he's quite talented in the ring.
yeah, he's not really bad in the ring. And it came out while we didn't see him on television more, is with the deal they had with Saudi and everything, WWE, he couldn't lose on TV.
Yeah,
So he wasn't he that's why he didn't have matches. Which is why would you what that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard.
yeah. Why would you agree to that? Like having someone on the roster that you literally cannot lose. It's just like at that point you're more protected than literally all of the main eventers at that point. Like what the hell? Him and Ali might team up again on the indies scene. You never know. I mean, they are two very good, like similar wrestlers in terms of styles. I could see them teaming up easy. So yeah, maybe. Who knows?
um Rick Boogs. Um
Uh, Yeah, this one was obvious as soon as that whole thing with him and Shinsuke ended. As soon as that ended, you just knew he wasn't going to last much longer. That's all Rick Boogs was good for. Was he was very funny alongside Shinsuke. That was pretty much about it. And then yeah, once that ended, it was just like, yeah, you just knew that was going to happen eventually.
um, and look, I enjoyed that stuff with Shinsuke. I wish it kind of went.
Same.
I wish it kind of went longer, but yeah, I'm agree with you with this too. I'm not surprised. He came back, returned, and we saw him what one or two more times after that, and I knew I was like, well, writing's on the wall. Unfortunately.
Hmm.
Um, mm, mm, mm. Shelton, we got to talk about Shelton. Because it's not a surprise all the way, but um, it kind of does suck. Really,
Mm,
this one hits the
very
home.
much does.
So I'll let you talk about Shelton because I did on the stream and I still will a little bit, but
Yeah, like losing Shelton does suck, especially seeing as like he did a lot of good things in his latest WWE run. Like he had the whole tag team with Chad Gable. That was good. Like he had a tag team title run. I think they won the tag team titles. Yeah, I think they did. Or they got close to being. I know they had a feud with the Usos at one point, which was had a good string of matches.
wait,
And then uh,
he chatted. I thought he tagged with Cedric.
before that, he also tag teams with Chad Gable
Yeah, yeah,
on
that
SmackDown.
man. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, most notably, he was also in the Hurt Business, which was personally my favorite work of Shelton in this most recent WWE run of his. The Hurt Business was fantastic. But yeah, it's such a shame because Shelton Benjamin is genuinely extremely talented. It's just there wasn't, I guess, not enough room for him on the card a lot of the time, and yeah, when you're not getting used, I guess it comes to a point where you're going to get released. But yeah, it is such a big shame. But who knows? Maybe one day in the future, maybe he'll come back again. But we'll see. Whatever he does next, I hope the best for him. Obviously.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Power as a tag. Yeah, that could work, but I'd rather see Shelton by himself. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
At least for a little bit when he does a run. Um, Walk with Elias. Elias. I see this one on the wall too because when's the last time we seen Elias? And if you're talking about someone that, boy, you talking about getting a reaction, can play the crowd so good, decent wrestler, decent, I would say.
Yeah, his weakness was definitely his in ring work. Not terrible, not by any stretch of the imagination. Not bad, just not amazing. He was okay, yeah, decent as a wrestler, but his definitely strength was his mic skills, his charisma, his ability to work the crowd. Like he was able to get a reaction, like whether as a babyface, the whole walk with Elias thing, or whether he was a heel and he just gets some cheap like reaction out of the crowd. And some of the boos he got sometimes was mad. Like I remember there was just one time he was a heel alongside Kevin Owens in the ring, and the nuclear heat he got on that night, Jesus Christ. This is like a fair play. Elias could really work the crowd. They sort of dropped the ball on him in that sense. Like someone who can work the crowd like that, it's just like he has a use on the roster, in my opinion. So they kind of dropped the ball on Elias, but
They,
we'll see. You actually made a good point there in the chat. Him and Impact could work very well. I could very much see that. Like you know how EC3 was very good at Impact for like sort of that same thing. Like able to work the crowd. Very charismatic, not an amazing wrestler, but very charismatic. He could be that for Impact nowadays. So yeah, I could see him being an Impact easy.
Mm-hmm. I could too for sure. Um, Madcap Moss, Riddick Moss, however you want to say it. And we'll talk about her afterwards. But when I saw Emma released, well, yeah, the future husband of Emma, yeah, he's gone. I mean, it was kind of a big writing on the wall when you saw Emma put that tweet out of she's released. Oh, never mind, I'm released. Yeah, we knew Moss was probably coming up next and everything. So,
Yeah, Riddick Moss doesn't shock me in the slightest. I'm gonna be honest. I was never that big on Riddick Moss myself. I always found him to be very boring. So like, not his fault. It's just he had a very bland character. Like, not really much to him. So he was just someone I never really cared about. But hopefully, like, he'll do well on the indie scene, and maybe he'll reinvent himself and come out better for it, which I hope for him. So yeah, best of luck to him.
yeah, very much. I hope he does good, and that he one thing. Oh yeah, Soraya. God, I keep on the same page, but Soraya, yeah, I saw that. We'll talk about that. Um, but Madcap, when he got his chance against Gunther and everything, and it was out left blue, and I was like, you know what? People complain that we see the same matchups. This is something different. Let's see how it goes. Well, I can tell you right now, that's one of the worst matches Gunther has had.
Yeah.
And it's not saying much because it was still decent, but I was like, damn, Gunther can't even make a good match out of Madcap. That is bad. So yeah, when I noticed that he didn't really show up on television, was seen on television that much after that, I was like, thinking about it now, you should have knew he was coming. Um, and then his fiance, Emma. I'll let you talk. I did my piece, but I'll probably say more, but probably say the same stuff. But I'll let you say your piece.
Well, when it comes to Emma, I'm definitely not as high on her as you are because Emma's one of your faves. But I do like Emma myself. Like, don't get me wrong. I think she's extremely talented and always has been extremely underrated, underutilized in WWE in all of her runs. Like, the fact that they've repackaged her like a few times as well, and each time has flopped. It's just like, come on. Like, you can clearly see there's a talent there. Like, go back to when she had the match against Paige in NXT for the women's title. Like, you saw from that match onwards, it's like there's talent in Emma. Scarlett, in my opinion. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, it sucks to see Emma release because like I saw a tweet like seeing that she's only had like 13 matches, televised matches, and like all of them were losses besides one. Like, what? And she's been in the WWE for what, 11 months? Something like that. So what, 13 televised matches. Most of them are main event, by the way. It's not like they were SmackDown or Raw like televised matches. I think only like one or two of them were, and the rest were main events. And there was only one pay per view appearance, and that was the Royal Rumble match. That's it. And she's lost, yeah, all of them besides one match on main event, I think. So that's crazy. Like, why even bring her back? That's what I'm thinking. Why even bring her back if you're not even going to use her properly? Like, to be honest, I always thought like when the Iconics were in WWE, that would have been the perfect time to bring back Emma, because Emma with the Iconics would have been perfect. Like, think about it. Like, that would have been a perfect little like team, little faction maybe. So maybe we can get that now. Like maybe Emma will go back to Impact as Tennille Dashwood, and maybe she'll be with the Iconics. Who knows? Um, so yeah, it sucks to see, but unfortunately, I sort of saw this one coming as well due to her not being utilized. But yeah, it really does suck. I hope she goes ahead and kills it once again on the indie scene and shows the WWE that shouldn't have got rid of me again.
Yeah, she definitely will kill it because her in-ring skills are very good. You mentioned the Page match. I'm going to mention the match with Asuka.
Oh,
If you can step toe to toe with Asuka and don't look out of place at all, hey, newsflash, you got a good amount of talent. Asuka is one of the best in the world. So, like, and this was back in, before she had like the world title run or the NXT women's title run.
mm.
So, I mean, I said my piece yesterday, and that's all I'm going to leave it. WWE has fucked her over so many times, it's unreal. And she deserves to be on the indie scene more than ever than this trash company that brought her back for 11 months to do what? Do what I could do. Lose all matches and win one. And it was on main event. Bring her back with Ronda Rousey. Guess where Ronda's at? Training for the UFC. She's not even with the company anymore. Um, but
I think she will go to AEW. Yeah, like now that the guy said in the chat, yeah, I think she will head to AEW actually because the story's there, perfect for her to come in. Like Tennille Dashwood in AEW, and she may end up facing Saraya for the women's title. I mean, they could do the story of like they did that match all the way back
and
in NXT, and they could do it for the AEW women's title. Story's there, so why
and
not?
and I'm gonna tell you this. I hate to say it because I'm gonna have to bring out more, have more time and everything. But I will be DVRing AEW if Emma does go over there. That's how big of a fan I am, and if I could watch Impact, Deanna Peraza is the same way because I love her work, but I don't get
Oh, she's great.
I don't get to watch it as much because it's hard to have time when you're working and then doing this. I can barely keep up with WWE stuff. But last and final one, and probably the most shocking one for me, is Dolph Ziggler. Dolph. But now, with whatever he does, he can absolutely kill it against people, anybody. He can absolutely kill it. He could be a part timer for AEW, and I can tell you right now, he could have some of the best matches. So, what did you think about Dolph? Now as I think about it, when it happened, I was really shocked. But then I went back to where a couple of years ago he actually wanted to leave, and they actually persuade him to stay. So that makes sense to now where he's like this, and he probably don't really care that much because he's made a living out of it, and now he could go to AEW, be a part timer, and just have great matches with a lot of talent over there too. So
I agree. When I saw it, I was shocked too. Like, I was shocked that I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked because he's also another one that hasn't been used very much. But I was shocked because I just didn't expect him to ever get released because of how long he's been in WWE and sort of how loyal he's been to WWE for years and years. So I just didn't expect him to be released. But I guess that just shows that no one is safe, essentially. So yeah, it's mad. Like a lot of like fantastic memories Dolph has had in WWE. A lot of fantastic moments he's had. Like obviously there's the Money in the Bank cash in that he had, which is one of the best cash ins of all time. Like I put that up there with Rollins and Edge. You know those cash ins. I put his cash in right up there with those. Um, Most notably for me, as a recent moment, I can think of Dolph Ziggler was his feud with the Miz with the Intercontinental Championship back in 2016. That was fan fucking tastic.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Arguably some of Dolph's best work, in my honest opinion. Along with the Miz, actually, both the Miz and Dolph's best work,
Uh,
arguably
no,
in their WWE careers. It's that feud.
no, no, I do not watch that. Sorry, but no, I don't.
No. But yeah, that's some of Dolph's and Miz's best work. That whole feud for the Intercontinental Championship, incredible. That promo he did before their No Mercy match, I think it was No Mercy when
Yeah.
Dolph put his career on the line. Yeah, incredible, and that match was amazing too. So yeah, I honestly couldn't say enough good things about that feud, and that's what made Miz's Intercontinental Championship run that damn good. Um, that reign, especially over his other ones, like that one reign he had there, that is one of the best Intercontinental Championship reigns in recent memory, in my opinion, along with Gunther. Just because of that feud. But yeah, it's such a shame for Dolph because he is genuinely one of the most talented guys in the ring. Like, obviously, he's one of the best sellers in WWE. Well, was in WWE. Um, Without a shadow of a doubt. Like, he was Shawn Michaels esque with his selling. Dolph is Adam Cole's a dream match. Yes, I hope we get to see that in AEW if he does go there. Gets to get him along the likes of Adam Cole, Kenny Omega. The list goes on and on and on and on. You could literally make a whole goddamn list of dream matches you can have with anyone in AEW, and he'll kill it every time because he is just that damn good. Like he doesn't need to be like obviously one of the main stars of AEW. Like he could just be a part timer, like you said, Tyler. Like he could just be a part timer, and he doesn't need to be winning any titles or anything. He could just be someone who just puts on fantastic matches against the best talent in AEW, and honestly, it'd be just completely fine as long as he's used. That's the main thing. It'd be a hell of a lot better than whatever he got in WWE in recent years. So yeah, I wish him the best in whatever he does, and obviously, he does the comedy stuff alongside. So I wish him the best with that too. Dolphin
Yeah.
Cassidy was Jay and Juice Robinson. Him and Cassidy. That's a
I,
that's
I,
a decent idea.
I think him and Orange Cassidy would be a great match himself.
Damn right. But
But
yeah,
yeah, I do wish the best for Dolph with whatever he does. Maybe he's not wrestling. Maybe he just wants to do comedy full time. Who knows? Whatever he wants to do. Um, but in the selfish part of me, I want him to go to another company and have great matches with whoever because I
mm,
think he still got a lot in him. um, so I mean, a little breaking news, not too much, but for tonight's SmackDown, it is a match, a big time match, which is probably going to be the main event. Obviously, Jimmy and Solo versus AJ and John Cena.
mm.
So they're going with that. I thought they were going to wait to do it at what the hell is next? Fastlane.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought they would wait to do it at Fastlane, but it's ironic they're doing it tonight. I don't know. I don't know why they would be doing it tonight, but they're doing it tonight though. So I don't know how. Because let's see, what is today? When's the next Roman appearance? Ain't that sometime in October?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really keep up with his schedule. I hear a rumor that Kyrie Sane could appear during Oscar and Io Sky match. Could see it. I could see it. Although my gut instinct is telling me the Royal Rumble is when she'll return. That's just what I personally think. I
Yeah,
don't know if they're gonna wait that long, but I don't know. Just my gut is telling me Royal Rumble, but I may be wrong. Maybe she will return like now and with the whole Asuka and Io Sky thing. But I don't know. My gut is just telling me Royal Rumble for some reason.
I think we're going to see a lot of returns at Royal Rumble. That might be with people that's hurt. But yeah, that is tonight. That's probably going to be the main event. Jimmy Solo and Cena and Styles.
Hmm.
What since I said that Rumble too long because WWE. Not necessarily. I like how WWE has a little break in December with no pay per view because that makes them have to build more story. So
Hmm.
sometimes I love storytelling more than here comes another pay per view in 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do like that break they got in December. I will say that. Um, no, I don't want Dave to return because if it doesn't return and it's not in damn Atlanta, I'm going to be pissed because that's where it was.
Before we go on with anything else, let's talk about one person we haven't mentioned. Well, we have mentioned, but we haven't really talked about in detail, and that's Mustafa Ali.
Oh,
I especially want to talk in detail about Mustafa Ali because this is the one I'm most fuming about. And Mustafa Ali for me is one of the most underutilized talents in recent WWE history over the last few years, in my honest opinion. Like, especially when he first was in 205 Live, he had that incredible match against Buddy Murphy. That was the match that really opened everyone's eyes to how fucking good he is. Incredible match. And still gets talked about today, by the way. Like, for a match to get talked about still to this day, from 205 Live, that says something.
mhm.
But yeah, Ali, incredible talent. Like, when he was in 205 Live and then when he first went to SmackDown, that run, I don't know how he didn't become eventually an Intercontinental Champion or a United States Champion. At least. Definitely a 205. How was he not a Cruiserweight Champion? Like, I know, like, Buddy Murphy had his whole run. Maswali could link up with his rival TJP on New Japan. Could see it. Could see it. But I don't know how he didn't win the Cruiserweight Championship. I know Buddy Murphy had his, like, mad run, but I don't know how they had Tony Nese eventually beat him for the title at WrestleMania and just have Ali beat him for the belt. I guess it's because they wanted to call him up earlier, but I don't know. In my opinion, he should have won the cruiserweight title at some point, and then gone up, and then eventually won the cruiserweight title, the United States title, or whatever was on SmackDown at the time. I think it was the United States. But one time, like, I saw a recent tweet. I actually quote tweeted it and gave my whole opinion on the Ali thing. But his match against Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell,
Mhm.
that was a memorable moment. Um, I forgot Tony Nese. Yeah, to be honest, I don't have many memories about Tony Nese apart from the fact that he beat Buddy Murphy for the cruiserweight title. So that says something. Um, but yeah, his match against Randy on the Hell in a Cell, that was another one that put him on the map. Because that, like, reversal he did the RKO into that handstand thing, and also the roll through the ropes he did into the RKO was such a good finish. And Randy Orton even gave him a pat after the 3 count. It's like a show for step kind of thing. And also, he had also, like, other incredible matches against Alexa Styles, Daniel Bryan, etc., etc. So he was always so good in the ring, Ali. But here's the thing: he also was great on the mic too. He had so many, like, great promos, like, from 205 Live and SmackDown. Like, when he really built himself as the underdog, and he had very, like, passionate promos. And not only that, like, he also had that intensity that you just don't see from many guys in WWE. Like, when he said something, you sort of believed it, even though he was the underdog. You really believed everything he said. At least that's how it was with me.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't
agree.
know. He really just had that natural, like, he just had that ooze up aura about him. Especially when he had that, like, whole, like, chase the light gimmick. That was his best stuff. I don't know why they ended that and did the whole retribution shit. That ruined it. Like,
Vince, man.
everything. Like everything from Retribution onwards, just no. Like that's ruined everything Ali could have had in WWE. I mean, he sort of came back with it in NXT, and he did some good work in NXT before he got released. But I just really missed his whole stuff from like 2016, 2017, early 2018. The stuff with Chase the Light thing. That stuff was great. Um, so yeah, it's such a huge shame for Ali because, in my opinion, like he generally is one of the most underrated and underutilized talents in recent years. And
I
I've
go
gone,
go ahead.
and I generally think like wherever he goes, whether it be AEW, Impact, New Japan, doesn't matter where he goes. I generally think wherever he goes, he will absolutely kill it, reinvent himself potentially, and he'll really put himself on the map again. He might come back to WWE one day if WWE sees him shine on the indie scene and bring him back. I hope that'll be the case. I hope he has like a Drew McIntyre type reinvention and he comes back and kills it. But yeah, I just hope the best for him because I genuinely think he's honestly incredible at everything he does. So yeah, I'm personally that's the release I'm most fuming about, to be honest, because I am a huge fan of Ali. I've been for years. So yeah, wherever he goes, best of luck for him.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I think the big question is, did Shawn Michaels know that this was going to happen? Because he basically had Ali booked against Dominique Mysterio for No Mercy this week. Wait a minute, this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh, there's no way Shawn knew about this about
Oh,
Mustafa.
no way,
There's no way,
no way.
and uh, that's a big question to me. Thinking, did Mustafa knew he was going to lose a title match, and he's like, "Nah, I think I'm done."
Maybe, maybe I could see it. Like maybe he learned he was losing to Dominic. Although I heard that Dominic, like his appearances in NXT are running out, so I heard like he's potentially dropping the title very soon. So he could have. Who knows? Ali could have been potentially winning that match, but like they just wanted to release Ali, and Ali was sort of just like, "Well, I'm not going to stop you. I'm." Because it's no secret, Ali has been wanting to leave WWE for a little bit of time now. Like he has dropped hints about that on Twitter in the past. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Ali wanted to leave as well. So he was just sort of just like, well, if you're going to release me, I'm not exactly going to fight to stay here. So it's a mutual kind of thing. So yeah. What did you say here? If I saw Shawn Michaels right now, his head would be down as disappointed or guilt. Yeah, probably. Because Shawn did try to get Ali back on track. He really did. And I appreciate Shawn for doing that. But yeah, I I do think him leaving WWE, I think will be good for him
Yeah,
wherever he goes, because I think he'll do well.
yeah, for sure. But another question that rumbles up is Dragon Lee going to beat Dominique this Monday for the North American Championship? Maybe that's why Mustafa's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? That might be potentially what happened. Yeah, like Dragon Lee could be winning the title instead. And maybe then the No Mercy was going to be a triple threat or something with Dragon Lee involved now, and then Ali was going to lose that match. Maybe that might be most likely what was going to happen. So Ali was just like, okay, so Dragon Lee is going to get this instead of me. Fuck this, I'm out. That might be what happened. That might have been the last straw for Ali. Who knows? I could definitely see it. I think now that Ali's now gone, Dragon Lee is definitely winning. I definitely think he's definitely
I,
beating Dominic for the
I would
title.
I would be highly surprised that if Dom retains this Monday.
Yeah, same, same.
But that is all up to now, and let's hope
Let's hope there's no more. Christ,
hope
please.
this last round, but we shall see. We shall see. How many wins, pay per view wins, do you think the Undertaker has out of 179 that he's had?
That's an interesting one. 179 pay-per-view matches. How many wins? Ooh, a high amount, definitely. Definitely a high amount. It's got to be a high amount. Um,
I'll give
I'm gonna go.
I'll give you 3 guesses because I mean I'm gonna see if you can get the right amount.
Okay, and if I say a number and it's wrong, you're gonna say like higher or lower, right? I assume. Okay. My first guess is going to be 125.
Lower.
Wow. 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 Okay.
He
Um,
thinks it's 96, and I'm not going to say if it's higher or lower because you're the one.
yeah, it's not me guessing. 105.
Wow, that's right on point.
Booyah!
Wow.
What a guess. What a guess. Get in.
Wow.
Oh, my second guess.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, I did not think you were going to guess that out of 3 guesses, but yes, he was 100. He had 105 wins out of the 179. So if you do that subtraction, that's 105 wins to 74 losses. So on pay-per-views at least.
That's more losses than I thought it would have been, but
Yeah, I'm
fair play, fair play.
surprised, but kind of not. Who knows? Um. So with all that, and we're about 52 minutes in, we haven't even talked about any of the topics or anything other than the releases. Your favorite person, she's not like most girls, but she's back in
No, no. Why do we have to talk about her? For God's sake! All right, let's get this over with. Go on.
um your opinion on uh, this this has the last aura of Vince McMahon of doing a move.
Hello, did I miss a lot? I just found out you were having the podcast now. You missed us talking about the releases. We've just talked about the releases so far. All of them in detail. Well, the big ones in detail. So yeah, that's the only thing you've missed so far. We're about to talk about Nia Jax, so I mean, you know, let's
It,
get this fucking shit over with.
this feels like Vince McMahon, and we will Nia Kong. Wow! Oh my gosh! Uh, I'm not going to go that
Yeah,
far.
yeah, this definitely has Vince's fingerprints all over it. All over it. This definitely wasn't a Triple H move. If it was, I'm very shocked and I'm disappointed. Because why on earth would you bring Nia Jax back and release someone like Emma? I'm sorry. I am sorry, but one is extremely more talented than the other. And it's not even close. Christ.
Yeah. So, I have a lot to say with this. Loves big jugs. Yeah, that's not the only thing he loves. Uh, we'll mix in Nia and Vince together because I'm gonna love talking about this. So I had a rant with Emma getting released yesterday on my stream, and today we are going to rant about Nia Jax. Okay, so Nia Jax, one that has hurt several people, right? And
Mm-hmm.
didn't look like whatever she did 2 weeks ago or whatever it was when she first appeared. Didn't look like she was really safe with that either, but because I saw something with Stevie Richards, that he's breaking down a lot of stuff that you know not really too good in wrestling, but then he'll break down some good stuff too. Um, broke down this Nia thing, and I'm thinking, yep, it didn't really look good and everything. Tyler, don't forget about the Kyrie coming back to the one that injured her. Yeah, I hope Kyrie does not come back to have vengeance over Nia Jax, because Nia Jax fucking injure her again, probably.
Yeah,
So
she injured a lot of people, but Kyrie most notably, that one was bad.
so so I'm gonna go on the record and saying this: you release Emma, hell, you release Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke better than Nia. Don't even get me
Oh,
started with Emma. Emma is she can walk around circles with Nia Jax way better than she can even wrestle with anybody. Nia Jax might have had two matches that I can remember that was actually decent to good. One, and I hate to say it, was actually with Ronda Rousey.
Ronda, yeah. I literally thought the same exact thing. That's literally like you say two. I think that's the only one I remember. Wait, maybe did she have a decent match with Sasha at one point?
Paul, yeah,
Or
yeah,
is
yeah.
that the other one you were thinking of?
That's the other one I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have uh, with all this career, and don't get me wrong, her NXT stuff was a lot better than the main roster stuff. So I'm not even talking about her NXT stuff. Um, yeah, this has Vince McMahon all over it, and why they even bring Nia back, I don't know. Nia, you know, the person, probably the most caring person. But when it comes into the ring, I don't give a fuck about her at all. I don't. What is she going to do? She going to challenge Rhea and then lose to Rhea? And what? We supposed to believe that Nia is still going to be this dominant force because of how she looks and everything? Give me a fucking break. And Vince McMahon, let and this is the title of the stream, and we haven't even gotten to it. It's about an hour. But Vince McMahon might be forced out of WWE again. And when the, I hope when they force his old ass out that Nia Jax goes with him too. Um because this was the most stupidest decision I've ever seen in my life. Triple H is not bringing Nia Jax back. Triple H, that's not even a Triple H hire. You can tell when someone gets hired from Triple H than Vince. Vince, and you can do it, you can watch the shows and see, oh, this is a Vince thing, this is Triple H thing. If the show's good, all of us know, hey, guess who's running it? Triple H, not Vince McMahon. You know what? Mm, 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 mm. I there is a few people, right? That I when they come on my television, and there's not many of them right now because I want everyone to succeed for the most part. But there's some I'm just like this. I wish I had a remote. Just act like the pin's a remote. All right, let's flip the channel. Yep. Monday Night Football, something like that. No, yeah, let's go to Monday Night Football for about 5 minutes. 5, 10. Not,
We'll come back in about 5 minutes when they're gone.
not Nia Jax is one of them. Um, I can't think of many right now on the top of my head, and don't care because I'm talking about Nia Jax. So, yeah, and to be honest with you, this Monday night I will be watching Monday Night Football because my NFL team is playing, and that's Tampa Bay. So Monday Night Football is going to get my viewership this week, anyways. But that that's what I'm saying. Nia, I don't really care about Nia, and maybe she gets better this go around. Probably not, but yeah, Nia Jax is back, and everyone is just so thrilled that she's back.
Oh, it's fucking static. Oh god. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's gonna have this match with Rhea, which is probably gonna be terrible. I don't see Rhea getting a good match out of Nia Jax because you have to be a certain amount of good or lucky in order to get a decent match out of Nia Jax. I don't see Rhea doing that. So Rhea's probably going to win. Hopefully, Jesus Christ! Imagine if Nia won the belt. Imagine if Vince was fully in charge. I guarantee that would happen. By the way, I guarantee that would happen. Um, the way to glad she's back. Yeah, no one's glad she's back. That was just all sarcasm. But yeah, she's gonna have this match with Rhea. Probably gonna be a crap match. Probably gonna lose it, and then what? What's she gonna do after that? Genuinely, dude, don't say that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. if Vince was fully in charge, it would happen. It's a Vince thing. Vince brings back someone like Nia Jax, puts him into the title picture immediately. Has to be the one to dethrone someone like a Rhea. It's happened so many times before. I don't think it's going to happen this time around because I don't think Triple H would allow it. So yeah, if she wins the belt, I'm done with WWE officially. It's not going to happen, I don't think, because I don't think Triple H will let it happen. But I'm just saying, if Vince was fully in charge and Triple H wasn't, oh, that would definitely happen. But yes, either way, God, the fact we even have this in the first place is just like, God, why? Literally, the women's division was so much better without Nia being around. So much better. I wouldn't care about EO belt run. I watched something else. But yeah, God, the fact we have this, like, who asked for Nia to come back? I'm literally like, as soon as Nia came back, I remembered Kevin Owens when he was shouting at John Cena. It was just like, "Why are you here? No
yeah,
one likes you. No one wants you here." It's like literally, that's what everyone's reaction to Nia coming back was. Let's
yeah.
just hope this is somehow a one and done thing. Like she has this match with Rhea. It's not a one done thing, but let's just hope somehow, some way, she's a one done thing, and then she only comes around every so often, and it's not just a weekly thing.
I
Because
I wish it was. I wish it was, but I can tell you right now, it's probably not going to be. And poor Triple H because we'll talk about more of the Vince thing right now. Since I brought it up, so some of the filings of whatever they're called, I think it's the SEC or some whatever. When I hear SEC for me, and you're not going to get this, college football it has the Southern Eastern Conference, which is basically the Southern states, and so when I hear SEC, that's I think of football, but this is like a company that filing for WWE and stuff like that, and basically said that TKO and Endeavor, everyone is they know what bad stuff they would get from their company if Vince stays in charge, and if there's more stuff that comes out, which it will. So whoever has this dirt on Vince, keep it coming because they will force his ass out. I I will hardly think you know you get these you used to get a month or two ago, you get this, oh, they're claiming this and this on Vince. You're like, he's just going to rush it off. With something like this, since now they own it, it's a whole lot different ball game. And another thing, supposedly that he's looking to sell his shareholders or his share holds. So if he does that, then he will definitely be gone for good. And if that day happens, we're all going to rejoice once again. And hopefully it will be for good.
Good. For good. We'll all throw a fucking party and celebrate.
Yes. It whenever that happens and we do the podcast, like if it was a day or two after, whenever, telling you it will be the best mood that we both have ever been in on the podcast. No, I'll
I'm,
say this: if there's more and more that come out, he's not going to beat those claims, and and for him not owning his business anymore, basically with Endeavor and TKO, that group, I I think yeah, he's got major money, yes, and if he sold his shareholders, he would have a lot of money. But if that's all he cares about, cool. But his ego cares about power. So if he don't
mm.
power, it's going to be a great day. And from what I hear, it's this. If there's more and more claims, this could be the final hit to Vince, for real. And I really, really hope so. I really, really hope so. But who knows?
We all hope so.
For sure, for sure. So power, right, 100. I wish, I hope Triple H gets it, but fully, because we have seen Triple H to the full power for. I think he had full power for maybe 5 or 6 months, realistically.
Mm.
I think either 5 to 7 months, something like that, and everything was up. And this dumb motherfucker, Vince McMahon, his reasoning. Listen to this, and I know this is going to be like his reasoning for selling the company and everything. It was going to boost the company to where it needed to be.
Where it needed to be. It's the biggest wrestling company in the world. Where it needs to be.
Yeah, hey, no, hey, oh no. Oh, we got highest ticket prices, highest grossing for pay-per-views and everything. No, that's not good enough. Really? Come on now. Come on.
Makes
That's
no sense.
that's completely insane to me. But Vince, he you know, I think he might be getting some Alzheimer's or something if he's saying something like that. And I hope he
Oh
doesn't.
God.
Alzheimer's is a big, big damn thing. And if he's saying something like that and just being delusional, and I think it's just being delusional, I don't think he's got Alzheimer's. But he's just being delusional in saying that. It's really insane that he even said anything like that when the business is booming, the biggest it's ever. Biggest live events they've had, pay-per-views, literally everything. Merchandise is freaking up like nobody's business. I don't get it. Why you would even say that? And he said that in a talent meeting. Talent, I'm thinking, what did you just say?
I could answer saying stuff about Gargano, bro. Yeah, genuinely, yeah, I could see that too. Because Gargano screams like a talent that Vince just wouldn't like, because Gargano is like underdog, small, you know, the type of wrestler Vince doesn't like. Let's just be frank here. Like Gargano is a Triple H guy also, and we all know how Vince like feels about wrestlers who are considered Triple H guys.
Yeah.
There's a long list of those that Vince has looked down when you're ruined, buried, released, buried, gone. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So
Yeah, it's
I
kind
could see it.
kind of crazy. Um So I can't believe to see this news. But I think it's going to change because he's got to be at the Royal Rumble. But there's the thing saying that Roman at this point, at this time, is not advertised for the Royal Rumble, which seems like the craziest thing to me.
Hmm.
But if you think about it, if it's Seth defending against whoever, if he has the championship, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do with that? I so heartily believe in this, and I do believe that you believe in this. The way Nakamura is, I think he's got to be Seth at some point.
Yes, yes, a fucking greed. How he hasn't done it already is beyond me. But yeah, like I've said this in the past on the podcast, and I'll say it again. This has been some of Nakamura's best stuff in his whole entire WWE career, including his NXT stuff. Like his NXT stuff was incredible. But this also is great. Oh, hang on a second. You start talking. I gotta let my dog out.
Um, no, you good. Yeah, Shinsuke got to beat Seth in my opinion as well. He's got to, but Roman Reigns not advertised at the Royal Rumble at this point, which is kind of crazy, but who knows? Who knows? Roman, I mean, if you think about it, you got the Royal Rumble, then you got the World Heavyweight, Intercontinental, United States Tag, whatnot, then the Men's Royal Rumble. You might not even need Roman on the show. That's the crazy part. So, I mean, you might actually not need Roman at the show if you. Hey, hey, you're cutting in and out. Hold on, you're cutting in and out for me. Bad. Hold on. Oh, even your video is kind of behind. Oh, it sounds like that you are a robot. Really? It does. That's the crazy part. Oh, okay. I don't know what he said. I don't know. I don't know what he said. Shinsuke on his Tokyo Vibe gimmick that he did in New Japan. I'm loving it, man. He should totally beat him and be his best match this entire year. Yeah, because he hasn't really done a lot of stuff overall, anyways. Kinda, no, not really. But he's just been off and on a lot, and this is the most that he's done this year, if we're being honest. So, yeah. I don't know if Felix left or what because this video is awful. It's like froze. I hope he left. Yeah, he left, so he's going to try to come back, I guess. I don't know if he'll need another invite or not. Yeah, invite me back. Okay, cool. So hold on, let me do this real quick. But I'm loving what Shinsuke is doing, y'all. I really am. And he should beat Seth for that world heavyweight championship.
I'm back. Is it better now?
Oh yes, it is. It is about better.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was. It's clearly better within time. So I'm just gonna leave and come back and hope it gets better. But all right, we're good now. But yeah, back to my Nakamura point. Yeah, like he needs to win the belt against Seth because it's been some of his best work in his WWE career. Like this sort of like I say heel thing is technically that's all it is. Like it's Nakamura with a mean streak. It's kind of like New Japan esque. Um, Shinsuke and his Tokyo Vibe gimmick they did in New Japan. Exactly. I said this on the podcast previously. It's literally like New Japan Nakamura all over again. Because that's what New Japan Nakamura was like. He still did all like, the flashy Nakamura stuff, but he had a fucking mean streak about him. He was a mean bastard at times. And like that's what I love about Shinsuke nowadays now. He just brings that New Japan Shinsuke. So the fact he's now bringing that against like even though like I like Seth on the wrong, I think his title reign has been good for what it was. Like his matches with Finn, especially the one against the one against Finn at SummerSlam, not Money in the Bank one. Money in the Bank one was but the one against Finn at SummerSlam, great match. His match against Nakamura recently, great match. But I think right person to beat him is Nakamura with the run he's currently on. And if they it's a huge ball drop considering they've had chances to put the title on Nakamura in the past. Against Jinder Mahal when he had that horrible title reign of death. Against AJ Styles, that feud, like and now this, like it has to be now. It has to be now. It's either now or never. So yeah, do it now. Get it over with. Put the belt.
Yeah, I totally agree in that aspect. Um, Maybe in the future she's been hitting at it, but and she has went to OnlyFans now instead of her own site, and that's Mandy Rose. So with her going to OnlyFans, I know OnlyFans they still are able to post this some content, but it's more stricter, a little bit stricter now. So maybe she could have maybe she's coming back to wrestling soon. I don't know. I would love to see her back because man, she improved so much and everything. So she improved so much. So I would have wished that she would come back, but I mean we shall see with that. I don't know. Uh that's one that I'm not really like too sure on.
We'll see. I could see it maybe a return if WWE would see it. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it because like you said, she did improve a lot in NXT. Like when she was NXT Women's Champion, great. Like she's never been one of my faves, but like so yeah, I wouldn't be mad seeing her return to.
And one last thing I want to say, and then I have this one thing, and then I'm going to go into these one of these stats things I'm going to have you guess, and then we'll talk about
Oh,
wrestling.
great.
Matt Riddle, this knucklehead man. Every time he seems like he's doing good with stuff, it's like he gets in the news for something stupid. And
Mm.
the last thing was at the JFK airport, he said something about the security like harassed him or something like that or touched him. and turns out it does. Something stupid. This man Matt Riddle needs to just wrestle, and that's all you need to do. Stop trying to be in the news with stuff, because eventually you're going to get your not to do a pun, but your future endeavor. Okay, so come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of you, but when you're in that damn ring, you are talented. I kind of hate to say it, but like, come on now. Come on now, knucklehead. Um, so Monday Night Raw, the most matches on Monday Night Raw, top 15 list.
Oh boy. See him really not yet. John Cena.
He's number 5 with 381.
Triple H.
Actually, number 4 with 3 more matches than John.
That's actually quite shocking. Shawn Michaels. He mustn't wrestled on Raw that much.
Well, yeah, he was on SmackDown a lot when they started doing brand. No. Oh, yes, number 3 with 425.
SmackDown guy, so definitely not him. Hmm. I was going for The Rock, but he was also kind of a SmackDown guy. But he also did wrestle on Raw too. The Rock?
No.
Hmm.
Yeah, he is number 11 with 311. No, Roman is not on this list.
Wow. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Sheamus?
Number 9. 332.
Does this also include women?
They are all men.
All men. Okay. Uh, Flair?
No.
No. Uh, God. I'm trying to think of like guys who have been on Raw like pretty much their entire career, like the ones who has like been in the brand split and who's been on Raw constantly. Um, hmm. As a one, I don't know if he would have broken to the top 15 yet, but like pretty much most of the time I can.
Who? No.
Uh,
Kane, you said? He's number 2 with 442. Yep. Number 8.
how many?
You need 8 left. You got 8 left.
God, you, my God, I'm not even close. This is probably the hardest one of the bunch. Um, Daniel Bryan? Fuck.
Oh, no.
My word. Okay. Kofi Kingston.
Yes. Number 10.
Hmm. The Mist.
Number 6.
Um.
6.
Uh, Cesaro?
No.
Fuck. Drew McIntyre. God, this really is tougher than I thought. My word. Cody Rhodes?
Number 14. 263. I am kind of disappointed in some of these that you haven't named yet. You
God.
the number one yet.
I know, it's crazy how I haven't named number one. Uh, it's tough. Hmm. Big Show?
Number 7. So you got 1, 12, 13, and 15 left.
Huh? Not got number one yet. That's mad.
Yeah, that is pretty mad.
Huh. My mind is starting to blank, and I don't like it. Hmm. course, Steve Austin. I don't think so. No.
You gotta think of all this stats and lists that you've done. There's so many. There is one on this list that hasn't been named in any of them, but I think the other three have.
Mm.
Huh?
Bret Hart?
No.
God. Why is it so difficult?
Oh my gosh, you got at least get number one. If you're not going to get any of the other ones, get number one.
And who?
The ones that follow this guy is Kane, Jericho, Triple H, and Cena. Who is in the roundabouts career wise with them? Tough.
God.
Wowzers.
Is he still in WWE now? Shit. I really should be getting him then. Fuck's sake. Why am I not thinking of him? And he's still wrestling nowadays. He's part time.
At the moment, I can't really give it away.
No.
If I said what I needed to say, then I would give it away.
Yeah, that's the thing. So sort of wrestling nowadays, but it's part time.
Sorta, maybe not wrestling. That's the last hint I'm going to give you. Bro, I'm going to give you one more minute. If you don't know number one, I'm just going to have to give it to you. That's the crazy part. Oh man, wow.
Like this. Like my mind's just blanking. God, you may have to get a Jenny.
Wow. Damn. Well, he's not wrestling right now, but he is on his back to return, and that's Randy Orton.
I swear I said Randy. Didn't I say Randy?
No.
I genuinely thought I had said Randy at some point. Bruh,
I don't think you did. Maybe.
Oh, Christ.
But I'm gonna give you the other ones too. Number 15 is Christian.
Of course. Fuck's sake.
And 13 is Jeff Hardy and Edge.
I said Edge as well. I said Edge, but I was like,
yeah, but you didn't. I remember you saying that, but you didn't really say it as an answer. Well, whenever it gets this podcast gets uploaded, I'm gonna go back and see if you said it, but I really don't think you said it. But I will go back and see if you said them. But let's talk about the rest of the news, and then I will, and then we will talk about the great football team in Liverpool. Okay, so we'll end off with that. So got to talk about it because this is the first time we've had the podcast. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? The Rock returned and everything. What's your initial reaction to it? We gonna see him at WrestleMania? I don't know. What do you think?
Yes, that I will. And um, in terms of, it was just random though. Like, just like it's a bit random.
I I told you when they were doing this news of Roman Rock, L.A. and all that. I told you the Rock would be do some type of shit to come back on a random episode and do a random segment that don't even contain with the bloodline, Roman, or anything.
Right, haven't stretched on too long. But like you would think, like for The Rock to come back after what, few years, like I think it would be in a segment with Theory. You'd think it'd be something to do with Roman. It was like, oh, The Rock's big return to confront his cousin Roman after the whole tribal chief stuff, and it was like, oh yeah, but I'm the true tribal chief and all that shit. But no, he comes back not for Roman, no, for Theory. It's just so random, but I mean, I enjoyed it nonetheless. But yeah, it's just incredibly random. In terms of whether what The Rock does going forward, it could just be a one and done thing. I just did it for a laugh, and then just doesn't come back for a while. But what I'm hoping will happen is that he does come back sort of near WrestleMania time, and they can does need to happen. I mean, at the same time, you
Okay. Hey, your mic is going in and out again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since okay, I got send invite. Oh, never mind, never mind. I damn.
all
Okay,
right, we're good.
okay, it sounds better now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, good, good. All right, so Oh yeah, fine. I completely lost my train of thought. What was this name? Shit. Yeah, the whole rock and roll stuff. My mind completely went lost train of thought. But yeah, the match does need to happen at some point, and if there's a show that's going to happen, win it. Like he could just be in the match. Like just have it be built. Have the Rock confront him, call him out, whatever. Do a segment with him. Sort of built up on the whole tribal chief stuff, and then just do the match at WrestleMania and have Roman beat Rock. Just because it
Yeah,
does need to happen.
yeah. I mean, that sounds good to me. I think you have him confront him in Tampa. I think you gotta have Roman on the show for that specific moment of The Rock, coming back and show, and then oh shit, here we go. And The Rock is not going to take the spotlight away from Cody. He's not going to say,
No.
for the title, me and Roman. No, he's not going to do that. He just wants to see who's the head of the table. That's basically what it's going to be about. And
I mean, this WrestleMania, isn't it going to be 2 nights again? This upcoming Mania.
yeah, so
Okay.
for me, you gotta do Rock and Roman on Saturday night, and then you have Cody and Roman on Sunday night once again.
Yeah, because then you lose the title to Cody the next night, which that'd be fucking huge for Cody. To beat, jeez, that'd be huge.
Look, the crazy thing about that is with Roman beating The Rock, everyone's gonna be like, "Holy shit, Roman actually might beat Cody again."
Yeah, legit. Like he beats the Rock. It's like, well, if he's gonna beat the Rock, then he's just gonna keep the title for even
You know what?
longer. So it's just like Cody's got no chance.
This is he might very well beat fucking Cody Rhodes again.
Yeah, he might very well do.
At this point,
He might very well do.
I don't think he's ever going to lose the damn title, but he
Imagine he just beats Bruno Sammartino's record. Like Jesus,
no,
has a
we're not
7-8 year reign.
no, thank you. I no. Mm-mm. No, thank you. But yeah, I think that's what they do. I think it's just a common uh copy of what we said last year what should happen if The Rock was there.
Yeah,
And we're just saying the same shit for Philly too. So, um AEW is supposed to be going on Max, which is supposed to be 12 pay-per-views a year. That seems way too much to me.
12 pay per views a year. That essentially averages the pay per view.
That and who knows? And AEW loves to do those little, you know, special shows. And I'm thinking, can't do that with damn
Yeah,
pay-per-views. No,
yeah. Like imagine doing the special shows alongside 12 pay per views. It's like stuff at that point. Like stuff's just gonna be like built up for 2 weeks and then boom,
yeah,
pay per view or made it or big show to end it off on. It's like something just started.
that's just crazy to me. Um, so backstage, and this ain't really going to come to no surprise because Stephanie McMahon really handles herself as very professional and all that. When Stephanie was there before she stepped down, a lot of the morale with the women and just everyone in general was high. Um, if Vince prayingly has to go away, I really do hope Stephanie comes back and everything. And a lot of people are saying this either Stephanie or Nick Khan is like putting this stuff out to try to get Vince out. And you know how bad of a person you have to be if you have someone you trust in Nick or your own damn dog.
Imagine if it's Stephanie, daughter, getting all of this stuff out about just to get you out. Like, that to me is wild. Like, how bad of a person do you have to be to turn your own daughter against you like
Can,
that?
can you imagine this? This just hit my head too. Can you imagine this? She actually talks about it on, like, if she was on Raw and SmackDown and she came back and everything and talked about Vince and say Vince screwed Vince. How ironic would that did that?
Perfect line to say. That would be the perfect line to drop if she was going to talk about Vince on TV. Just be like, Vince screwed Vince. Mic drop. That would pop the crowd. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be. Seems like every podcast we talking about him, but he's always in the news. It's been 2 weeks since we did it. But the great man called Phil Brooks, oh Philly boy, CM Punk. Um, so he had his first appearance since his firing at AEW, and that was for that MMA thing that he does with some cage side or cage fury, whatever the hell it's called. I don't care. But a lot of big quotes that he did. He said, "Yeah, I'm busy for another 2 months or so." And if you look at it, 2 months from now, what is it? Survivor Series in Chicago. Very
Hmm.
ironic that he said it like that. And with the merger coming up, I know a lot of people think, "Oh no way, WWE would never do it." WWE doesn't own WWE anymore. The merger with the TKO group with Errol, uh, with Errol and all that. I'm telling you right now, CM Punk is on his way back to WWE. I guarantee you.
I Survivor Series, Chicago seems like the best. But if it's a nuclear reaction,
So,
um,
so a lot.
and they have like, oh, a mystery like person who's going to be in the team, sort of like what they did with Kevin Owens in NXT a few years back.
Dude,
They could do that with Punk.
that's so funny because that was literally my next line what I was going to say. Because a lot of people I've seen online and I watched like a podcast or two and just talking about what CM Punk might do, and I'm thinking this has already went through my mind, but when they said it, I was like, dude, I think a lot of people are on the same page of do a War Games match. I don't know what they do, probably Judgment Day, the entire Judgment Day, and maybe a heel Drew McIntyre because I think Drew is heading that way and all that eventually. Because
Mm.
you got to add Drew in somewhere, you got to add someone else. Then you have Cody, Sammy, KO, and then a mystery partner. Boom, cult of personality comes on in Chicago. I think that's a good written on the wall, and I know, I know they hear some of these podcasts and some of these ideas on Twitter and everything. Just go ahead and do it. If you're bringing them in, just do it at Survivor Series.
Yeah, that or the Rumble. You could do either one. Who doesn't love a Rumble return at the end of the day?
Yeah,
But if
more
it's a,
more fitly, I would say Rumble, but you got Survivor Series in Chicago.
you just know it's going to nuclear reaction with Chicago.
So with talking about Drew, LA Knight not close with their money with trying to do deals. They trying to get more money. Um, Don't know what's happening with Edge. It seems like he would go to he would benefit more in AEW at this point. I would say because he's done so much with WWE. It's like I think he would have better and fresh matchups in AEW, but he fits the WWE mold more, in my opinion. But he would be able to do more over at AEW. But they're not close with their money, which that's all it is. That they will get a new deal and everything and all that. That WWE's not going to let Drew and LA Knight go, especially with what LA Knight's doing right now with his reactions and everything. And what they're doing with Drew, they're just slow build to being a heel turn. And I cannot wait to see Drew being a heel. And I know you can't wait because you're up there with Drew always as a big fan. So
And this best when he was a heel, like when it was with Dolph, and I mean stuff with Dolph was with Roman when Roman was a face and Drew was a heel. Like sometimes it just wasn't booked very well when he was a heel. Actually, did as a heel, like his work. Interesting to see him go back heel role in this roster and see where it takes him because he could be so fucking good.
yeah, for sure. Also, Sheamus and Becky, their deals are coming up here soon, but they're gonna renew theirs. There's no way they're. I mean, Becky, yeah, that just don't make no sense. Oh, and other news, and this is very random, and you're gonna laugh about this. Ryback, the great Ryback, you remember, Ryback. Um,
Here today,
yeah, trust me. When I when I saw this when I saw this quote, I couldn't believe um what I said, but Ryback says that he eats meat all the time. I guess he's Brock Lesnar with his keto and that, eats meat and smells like meat all the time, he says. And a lot of people look at him bad or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if this man wants to stay relative or something, but doing quotes like this, I guess he's going to because that just sounds like the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
it's just like, bro, who asked? Who literally asked?
No,
Nobody asked.
nobody.
Nobody wanted to hear that.
But it does look like they are looking forward to a John Cena versus Solo program eventually, and I can't wait for that because that's a big step for Solo. That's a so I really will enjoy that because Solo is just he just keeps on moving up and up and up, and I love the progress. I talked about it earlier and everything when we were doing the top 15 with the most matches on Raw. But Randy Orton was seen at the Performance Center. Oh my God, I am fired up, and
The man is coming back.
and and it's been told that he's actually been training for a few weeks, so he's probably been training somewhere else and everything low key. So So now there's a video going around seeing him in the perform or going into the performance center, and man, Randy has always been one of my favorites, and I can't wait to see him back. I know I've said this so many times, but Randy Orton on our televisions boosts the show every time he's on it because he's going his promo work, ring work, literally everything is excellent. So I can we all can't wait until Randy's back.
Yeah, right. We've all missed him.
2 more news, and that will be it. SmackDown will be on the USA Network with a new deal, NBC, and they're going to do, I think it said 4 primetime events on NBC, which is huge, very huge. And I know they probably tried to get more than 4, but 4 is very huge, and it will bring even more eyes to the project, especially it being on NBC. Trust me. And so with that, do you think Raw? Who gets Raw? Do you think the USA Network is going to get Raw also once again, or do you think they will venture out and do a different network for Raw?
I'm British. I'm not American, so I don't really know how these American TV deals work with WWE and all that. I don't know if WWE has to like. I could see you. I could see it. I think USA will get both because genuinely, if USA who might get Raw, 'cause
Well, well, to me, the only ones it could be is Amazon. It says Amazon Prime, which that doesn't really fit the mold, or Disney, and Disney's the only one with ESPN. So like that's key. But if you do ESPN, then when Monday Night Football's on, that doesn't make any sense. So either it's going to be the USA Network getting all of them, or it's just some network comes out of the blue that's big and just that wouldn't be expected and gets it. But I could really see all of it being on the USA Network, which would be a huge win for the network and everything too. And the last bit of news I want to talk about, and I think she is going to be a huge star in WWE, and that's Jade Cargill, making the jump from AEW to WWE. The look and everything is superstar. In ring work still needs to be worked on. I know they want her to go straight to the main roster, but I think she should be in NXT for like 6 months or so.
the look is there. She has the look of a star. She's kind of like Bianca Belair in that sort of way, like in a different way, but like the look is sort of like Bianca. Like she's got the look of yeah. She's not great. Like she's a little bit of a stint in NXT for a little bit of time at least. Like to the NXT, just to really hone her craft and like work with some of the talents in NXT, get better in the ring to the point where she'll have the look and the in-ring skill, and then she can thrive on the main roster. Because it's all good having the look. I mean, some can get away with it without the in-ring skill, but sort of like era of wrestling, especially with some of the in my opinion, she just needs to work on it a little bit. I think she'll succeed in WWE.
Yeah, I agree. I think the look and everything. The only thing I'm talking about is the in ring stuff, and I think she can very much improve with that too. So that is all the topics we talked about. Some of the stat stuff. We talked about all the releases, and now we are going to talk about Liverpool. Liverpool, baby. And we're going. And I don't know if Josh is watching, but I'm just going to say this: be ready for a beatdown Sunday.
Is right, is right. Fucking love that, Tyler. Fucking love that. But yeah, before I go on to the match against West Ham this Sunday, I'll talk about the two matches that happened recently after international break. First against Wolves in or last, or how have you pronounced the team? In the Europa League. So both matches ended 3-1, identical score lines, and identical in how the match turned out. We conceded first, came back and won the game 3-1. We are the comeback kings, it seems, this season. Constantly this season, we concede first, but we end up winning. It's just how it is. We start off the matches poorly, quite shaky, especially in possession, and a bit at the back, which is. Um, but then as we go into it, especially in the second half, we just kick it into high gear. And some of Klopp's subs this season has been on point. Goals from I'm trying to remember who scored the goals. I know Salah scored one against Wolves. Um, Szoboszlai scored one. I'm pretty certain. No, I remember. It was Robertson. Robertson scored one.
Mm.
Robertson scored one. Harvey Elliott scored, which ended up being an own goal. Um, who scored the first? I remember the Robertson goal. Oh, Capo. First, Robertson scored second, and Harvey. The because obviously it wasn't exactly good, so we just rested a lot of the best guys we had. But again, we started off very shaky, which against that team we really shouldn't be, but we did. We conceded first. But to be fair, it was a long range screamer they scored, so I mean, fair play. But once again, we grew back into the game. Subs really changed it after half time, and yeah, we just in the second half and we scored three goals. Darwin Nunez scored a penalty, which when the penalty was my first thought was Nunez because Nunez had a 100 penalty record in like every game he's had in his whole career so far. I think he's had a feeling he was going to be dead and he scored. So good lad. Um, Salah scored the third. Who scored the second? Who scored the second? Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz scored the second, and Salah scored the third. Very good goal by Salah, especially. Salah's goal was filth. He like ran through the defense, scored, and oh, you dirty bastard, Mo! You didn't have to do him like that. So yeah, great win to start off our Europa League campaign. I expect us to get very far in the competition, considering in the Europa League are not as good as the ones in the Champions League. At the end of the day, and we are at the end of the day, we are a team that should be in the Champions League. it. That's my fingers crossed. That's the trophy I want us to win.
Hey, hey, leave and come back. God, that connection, dog. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, should be.
A little bit. Like I can hear you, but your video is like it seemed like it sometimes it delays and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, the voice
Okay.
good. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. I don't know what's causing this many problems this time around. We've never had this before, but
Man,
yeah.
I blame the pet. I'm gonna blame the pet because when you did something and that was that it's been like off and on since then. So I'm gonna blame that.
Um, it's the only way Jurgen Klopp has won in this stint because every other lost to Sevilla. That's Sevilla. They are the Real Madrid of the Europa League. But thankfully, they're in the Champions League this season. So, well, for now, they could get third in their group and go back into the Europa League, which would be bad for us because that means they'll probably win it again. But yeah, anyways, we should get far in this competition. I expect us to get far. Um, and now we obviously have our game against West Ham this Sunday at home. The West Ham are a good team, not.
Mhm.
West Ham finishing above Liverpool. In I don't even remember the last time that happened. That probably hasn't ever happened. Or if it has happened, I don't, it's probably been illusion, and then there's that.
Yeah.
They're not even going to be close. We're going to be in the top two, top three, around that. West Ham are probably going to be in 10th by the end of the season, something like that. I think I predicted them to finish like 13th or 14th, like when I did my Premier League predictions. So that what does that tell you? So yeah, they're not going to get anywhere near us. So yeah, if I had to give a scoreline prediction, so to speak, I'm going to go with a. See, if I'm gonna follow it, like we're probably gonna concede first because we usually fucking do. So I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go with a 4-1 Liverpool win.
Dude,
I'm
dude,
gonna go with that.
that's exactly the score I was thinking of too.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna go with a 4-1 Liverpool win. I'm gonna think we're gonna concede first, like we always do, and then we'll crank on, and then we'll score four past them. Yeah, I generally think that's how it's gonna pan out. Maybe not. Maybe we'll actually keep a clean sheet this time round. That'd be nice. No goals conceded. That'd be nice for once. But we'll see. We'll see. wins. So that's going to be good. That's a big boost. Trent might be back. That's what I heard. That he wouldn't be back, but there's a chance he will be for the West Ham game. So if he'll be back, playing right back for that game, that's also going to be a big boost for us. Yeah, we'll just see where it goes. But yeah, I expect us to keep the momentum going, especially since we have the longest run unbeaten in the Premier League out of all the teams right now. I think we've gotten like 16 games unbeaten. Whereas the next team onwards are like Arsenal and Tottenham.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. With like 6 or something. So like it's a big gap. So we're on a roll at the moment. So we're just gonna keep that going. So yeah, I'm liking where this is. Should be a good game.
Yeah, it should be. And I can't wait for it. I'll get to watch probably the first half and then go to church, or I don't know. It depends how that goes. Depends how my weekend goes. If I even can wake up. I don't know how my weekend's going to go with staying up or not staying up. So, but I know I'll get to watch the first half of it. So, yeah. But we have talked about a lot in the 2+ hours and everything, and let's see. Do you know when Fastlane is? Let's see. Let me look. October.
I don't
Is that? It's not next weekend, but it's 2 weekends from now, right?
think so. Yes.
So that'll be the next podcast. Is that week? We're not gonna have a podcast next week, and we'll do one that weekend for predictions. We have a good rhythm of doing it every 2 weeks, so I think that's what we're going to do, and we just talk about a lot of this stuff, so we can do this good, lengthy, long run. So I think that's what we're going to try to continue to do, at least for the time being. But a lot of topics, and we've said it multiple times, but we're hoping there's no more releases. There hasn't been so far today, so hey, I hope that's all of it, but I don't know. I don't know. But wherever you are, I hope you guys are having a great day and be safe out there, because hey, this world's crazy. It's just one of those things, because some stuff you wouldn't expect, boom, bam, it happens, and next thing you know, you're in a situation that's just crazy, especially with this world. It just hit me to say that, because I have a saying is expect the unexpected. I think about that a lot, and I really do, man. But until next time and everything, uh 2 weeks from now, like the stream, uh like this podcast, whatever. Subscribe if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate it if you do. And until next time, for episode 64, peace out and have a great one.